Sahana bhavatu Sahana bhunaktu Saha viryam karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I'll read from 6th verse chant. Indriyanam prathak bhavam Udayastamayau chayat Prathak utpattimananam Matva dhiro na shochati Indriyebhyah param manaha Manasasattvamuttamam Sattvadadhimahanatma Mahato vyaktamuttamam Avyaktattu parah purushaha Vyapako linga evacha Yam gyatva muchyate jantuh Amrtatvam cha gacchati Na sandrishe tishtati rupamasya Na chakshusha pashyati kaschanainam Hrida manisha manasa viklipta Yaitad viduramritaste bhavanti Na sandrishe tishtati rupamasya Na chakshusha pashyati kaschanainam Hrida manisha manasa viklipta Yaitad viduramritaste bhavanti Yaitad viduramritaste bhavanti. We had seen the last 3 verses. So, first 2 verses was to tell that Ishwar is the Upadan Karan and Nimitta Karan by the example of Vriksh and by the example of fear. 2 examples have been used, fear and the tree. So, I had said that the God is the Vivarti Abhinna Nimitta Upadan Karan. Then, first, second, third, fourth and fifth mantra told about the importance of having Atma Gyan in the human body. Because it has the necessary dissatisfaction available for the worldly achievement and capacity to know the self also. 2 things are required. So it should have any situation at the end of it he is bored by it. Human being, even if he gets the best luxuries, he gets bored of it. If you see the Puranas, so these kings who were there, great king, who had whole earth under their sway, they got tired of that. This human mind, human intellect has a capacity to weigh. Supposing you hear two singers, one after another, so your mind starts comparing. I think he was better, second one was better. Two prime minister, so it starts saying, I think earlier one was better. Immediately mind starts comparing. This is a capacities. It starts weighing pros and cons. So mind also starts comparing that the joy that I expected was not there. And this brings him the dissatisfaction to have some bigger joy. There is apparent restlessness in a person. He says, this is not what I really want. Is there something more important, more fulfilling? And therefore, from the childhood, when he was so fond of marbles, and when he gets some bigger toys, he leaves the marbles. Why? Because he sees that there is a bigger joy in some bigger toys. Now he plays with video games. Earlier he was playing with the marbles or a small chimpanzee toy or car, remote controlled car, a small car. Now they say he has grown up and now he sees I can play with some video games. He gets bigger joy. Maybe few years he plays. Then supposing he goes ahead and his father took him to some, tennis court. So he says this tennis has bigger joy. To represent a school is a matter of honor. I represent my school and my cricket team. Then he leaves that video games also. He's seeking, is there something bigger, better? There is a constant discovery going on in a person's mind. Remember yesterday I said independence in joy was there, deeper joy was there, longer and eternal joy was there, joy of the closest was there. These are his demands. So he is constantly in a mood of, he says, no, representing the team is more, I felt more happier than playing video game in my room only. Today I'm representing the country, I'm representing the state, putting on coat and pant and badge of the college. Your badge is there. I represent my state today. Province I am representing. Slowly he goes ahead. He marries or he has children. He found some joy. Still that search goes on. This animal mind will not search, but human mind will search goes on. He feels later on that there is more joy in a family life than living alone. At least I have a companion. Again he moves forward 10-20 years. continues. Sometimes he lives alone. Wife has gone or husband has gone somewhere. He feels living alone has more joy than with the company. I don't have to answer too many questions. I don't have to cook food, or I don't have to go for work. I don't have to search job. I don't have to listen to the dictates of my boss. For a little money, how much I have to run around? Do I need so much? He starts thinking. Slowly, he gets more joy in detachment than attachment. Detachment is not because of some compulsion. It's a intellectual realization. So forgiveness is not because of compulsion. Compulsion is not acting in the mind. Forgiveness is a result of realization that anybody will be there, he will make mistake. I will also make mistakes. And whom I am forgiving, he has made lesser mistakes than me. I'm not able to forgive that person, but I myself have made mistakes. And therefore forgiveness is my natural way of living. He has realized there is more joy in forgiving than not forgiving. Forgiveness means you forget about others' faults. It's a mental unfoldment. Because he says, I'm free from that person's thought. That person's thought doesn't bother me now. It doesn't trouble me, doesn't create a pain. Forgiveness is expansion of self. He is my extension only. You don't exclude anybody, you include. So this is how the person, then he goes for, try to have more detached life. Once in a year he goes for a camp for 15 days, 20 days. These camps, etc., are just a trailer. That this also could be one life if I want. I start aspiring that. I don't want any strings attached. I don't want to be bound by anything or anybody. This restlessness is a very big gift of the God. He sees something more is there after detachment, or this is the end. Well, no, we should do puja parties there. Please God rather than pleasing your ego, please God. Please Guru, please God. There is more joy in pleasing someone higher than pleasing ourselves. There is more joy of egolessness than living for ego. There is more joy, yes. I am very happy that. Therefore, humble person is much quieter than arrogant person. Arrogant person is very disturbed person. Humbler person, he doesn't need anything. If somebody says no, he accepts it. His acceptability level is very high of the situation, of the people. Arrogant person's time goes in resisting a lot. He carries a frame. Don't do this. I don't like you. Get out. Be there. He's throwing something away from him. He excludes. So you feel, humility has more joy, I think so. I think why not be humble when humility has more joy? I think my arrogance I should drop it. In this process, he becomes detached. Detachment is not a compulsion for you. It's not that tomorrow doctor has said you have to be detached, otherwise you will faint. It's not a compulsion. You will not faint if you don't detach. You will die. Mentally, I mean. As you go ahead, you find, there is something called love for God. I didn't know Bhagavad has love for God. I didn't know all this. I didn't know there is a Krishna Leela and there is a Ram Leela. I didn't know all this. I only saw Lord Krishna in calendars with the flute. I didn't hear his Leela, etc. Nobody told me. There is more joy in listening to glories. Let me go there and listen. Something more is there. Well, yes, something more is there. There is something called Atma, which is the nature of God. Only what is that? Only that you have to come to Vedanta. And then he listens. He feels, wow. What is that Atma, which is other than anatma? So two things. His restlessness from the anatma culminates in the ultimate rest in the self, from which there is no going out. This is human mind, not animal mind. He says earlier I was non-vegetarian. Then I thought, on Tuesday, I'll be vegetarian. Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, I will be vegetarian. Acha, बोले Hanuman Ji's day is there. On Tuesday, I will be vegetarian. So when he is vegetarian, he feels a little lighter, he feels better. He said, why not extend it to 2 days now? Maybe Tuesday and Friday. Devi Ma's day is there. Jai Santoshi Ma. Durga Ma ki Jai. Just now I went to Vaishnavi Devi. So from there I took a vow that Friday also I won't have this kind of food and not make my stomach a burial ground. So, so I thought like that. Then I left on Friday, 2 days. I felt I'm much more sensitive person. I don't know. I don't like these whites. They oppose Diwali because there are a lot of crackers are there, and the dogs are very afraid. Dogs. The sound they magnified by many times. Therefore, they had to be given tranquilizer on that particular day. Sounds, and these whites complain a lot that they are playing crackers here and my dog is very afraid and all this. But they are maximum meat eaters. Heavy meat eaters and heavy drinkers. You'll hardly have anybody who is not eating. Only when some disease comes, then they go to vegan. No, then I become a vegan. New fashion has come now. Vegan. You know vegan means what? What? Huh? Not vegetarian. No milk product also. Nothing to do with the animal. But they don't take milk also. That is vegan. They should not put on sweater also because that is also from animal. That is also vegan. Because you are taking it from the animal. That wool is from the animal only. You should not put on belt also. That is also the skin of some crocodile, etc. You cannot become strictly vegan. Anyway, discover the bigger joys and let the mind compare two joys. Don't cheat yourself. Well, I agree that is my joy. I don't like that. Well, but my situation doesn't allow to be like that. What? To to revel in that higher joy forever, then pray to God. Increase your prayers, increase your jap, sadhana. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, 15 year, one day your time will come. Well, by that time I'll die. Never mind, next birth is there. What is the problem? Next birth is not running away. System is there, it gives you next birth. Well, but I want in this birth. Then you should do more sadhana. Instead of sleeping and instead of going and gossiping here and there and watching film, etc., or cricket match too much. So, better now. Better now to at least invest your time in something bigger. Mind develops it. And you cannot say no to that. Bole hai joy, zyada joy hai. There is more independent joy. There is more long joy. Or there is more intense joy. There is more closer joy. You cannot refute it as I to the hierarchy. And therefore, the one who is going for the playing of the chess or the tournament, give him some marbles. Well, this is your birthday present. One day you were very excited when you were 3 years old. Somebody stole your marble, you were very crying whole day. And I'm giving you now, you are not with that same marble, you feel like hitting on his head, all the marbles. Well, I am 24, you are giving me marbles? So, this was the topic which was discussed in the 4th and 5th mantra. Try to be open in your thinking. What others say, what others are saying, who did not allow, he is saying something, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Well, you should also earn and eat. Only earning and eating is not the day. Well, if people say like that, truth is not decided by majority. Now, 6th and 7th and 8th mantra, a description of Atma and Anatma. If you remember. If you don't remember, never mind. Well, I was very happy to see you today. Every day when you come in the class, I'm so happy to see you. There is joy not of love. That joy test is not there. And some of you see me entering the class. They're very happy, so pleased to see me. Not because they have devoted or loved. That is, thank God, today also test is not there. That is the joy. So, 1 week you are here. Why you are worrying? Enjoy your time. After that you are going. I'm also going. So 6th, 7th and 8th mantra is like that. And remember, for sense organ or the outermost, Atma was a subtler, and we went from outside to inside. Yesterday, only one thing is there. Purush here is mentioned as Vyapak and Aling. Ling means sign. Ling is Shivlings. Lingam. Anything which is indicator is called Lingam. Lingam. So Shivling means for that which indicates the infinite form. Ling. There are subtle bodies also called Ling Sharir. Why? Because it indicates whether person is alive or not. When you see Pran, you see Pran. Whether this person is alive or no more. Ling. That is the Ling. Okay. So this was the topic mentioned. Now I am coming to the next verse. And as you must have seen, all the verses are very, very beautiful. So 9th verse we are going to see now. What is in this 9th verse? So here qualification of the student is being talked of. That which mind one should develop. Because every but is not qualified for every work. Everybody is not qualified driving. Everybody cannot be operating any machine. Everybody cannot be just, today I start my medical practice. Any degree you have? No, I have no degree. But I can practice something. I can put some balm, etc. I can, in the pharmacy also, in any pharmacy medicine, one pharmacist should be there compulsorily. Out of other are workers, but there should be one degree holder pharmacist should be there, because he knows about the medicine, so that wrong medicine may not be given. So here, what is a mental qualification? Now I'll tell you what is a mental qualification. See the Anvay here. So what is written here? Asya rupam sandrishe na tishtati. Anvay means arranging in a prose order. It is not in that. But I don't understand. So when you will hear, you will understand one day. Don't worry. Do everything, but don't worry. So asya means purushasya, atmana, of this self. Rupam na sandrishe. Sandrishe means topic regarding forms, object. Here Rupam means Swarupam. The essence of this self is not regarding the outer object, if you translate. Again I will say, asya atmana purushasya. Rupam means Swarupam. Here Rupam doesn't mean form. The essence of this self is not regarding the outside object. Sandrishe means outside objects. Na tishtati. Full stop. I must have given Anvay. In my Anvay is there in your no? There. So this is one. Second point. Na kaschan chakshusha pashyati ainam. Nobody can see it by eyes. Show me the self, how big it is. How big is the self? Or today I was meditating, in front of me, Atma appeared and went away. So all these things are not at all right. Because of it, Atma appeared and went away, that means Atma was finite and it is in space, which is wrong there. Something must have come. You have problem, you have, because of your lack of iron, you have anemia also. So because you are anemic, so sometimes blackout comes. That is not Atma. Okay, keep quiet. So na sandrishe tishtati rupam asya. And anemic, some are anemic. Especially girls are more anemic. If you test, you may have less of iron. Less of iron. It should not fall below 11 or 12. Sira will know better. How much is there? Below 11 it should not be there. Don't have 2, 3. It's not okay. Then you need to have more beetroot, apple, these things, banana, etc. Don't have too much also that you have 20. If too much is there, then also it is not good for your system. Too much of iron is there. You'll fight with everybody. So, asya rupam sandrishe na tishtati. And kaschit ainam chakshusha na pashyati. Nobody can see by eyes. Acha. Then third line is very important. Hrida manisha manasa viklipta. Then how it is Hrida? Hrida means buddhi. Buddhi means focused mind. Focused mind. Not a wandering mind. That means not impure mind. Impure mind means that which does not sit on the topic of self for a longer time. But you think about self for I'm giving you half an hour. Half an hour I'm giving you. Just think about the self. What is self? I think self is nirvikar, without modification. No other thought should be there. Then self is without doership and enjoyership. But I have to do a lot of action today. Clothes I have to wash. After breakfast I'll wash. How long I will have breakfast? That person talks a lot in my breakfast. He was sitting in the meal table. Atma, oh sorry. So this Atma is all pervading. All pervading. So to think about all pervading. All pervading is that in which there is no space. It is the eliminator of space, because in a deep sleep there is no space in that. I think I should sleep. Because after sleeping I'll be fresh. Night I had slept very late. But morning I also got up late. Everybody is sleeping late and getting up late. Notes are remaining, I don't know. Acha, Atma. Sorry. This Atma, it is found in the cavity of heart. Why? What was the meaning of cavity you read in the cave was there? I don't know why cave was mentioned. In the Atma is known in the cave. I think it is in the notes. But my notes he had taken. He didn't give me back my notes. Always he does like that. He takes away everybody's notes. 2 pages were there. He gave me only return 1 page. 1 page is lost, he is saying. Very careless person. Atma. Oh, cavity is there. Ole, I have cavity in the tooth also. As long as I have not gone to dentist. Atma. Oh, sorry. This Atma is of the nature of existence also. This is how impure mind is. Inability to focus on the thought of self for a longer time. And supposing, this is a very normal mind I will tell you. Supposing you have attachment and an aversion, तब तो हो गया फिर छुट्टी. Supposing you have very attached to somebody, then that person will come. Even first, second thought also you won't have. And supposing you don't like anybody, then also you will have a problem. That person will stand in front of you. You can't have a long session in your thinking. गया आप छुट्टी करो फिर, you forget about this Atma, etc. Then you are misfit. This is called manasa. Sorry, hrida. Hrida means focused mind. ऐसा easy नहीं है. Even in your studies also you have to concentrate on a subject. I feel those who are toppers, etc., they have more power of concentration on a subject for a longer time. What do you say? What is ordinary person? 10 times his mind goes here and there. But this person who is more intelligent, he can concentrate without the thought, and more you concentrate, more solutions come out. A good batsman is a good batsman. Why? Because when the ball is thrown, he has an acumen, he can concentrate on the ball, and within a split second he can decide how to play this ball. His eyes is like a ball. His eyes is like focusing on the ball. Yesterday I was reading Rohit Sharma. 5 centuries in this session. He's the first player to hit 5 centuries in World Cup. Somewhere somebody had written, he sees the ball as a football. The implication was that his attention is very strong. When you say, no, he's not in form, somebody. Not in form means his concentration is not there on that ball. Ball is going outside, he is hitting here. He lost his concentration. Exactly where his eye should be glued to the ball. And then he will know what to do. If concentration is something somewhere else, then he will not be able to focus on the ball and not know exactly what to do now. When so much of concentration is in the outer world required, what to say of the subtler subject, how much you have to. It is not a focusing, like a focus on a candlelight. It is thinking on that subject only for a long time. 10 times my mind goes there, for 40 times there, this kind of incapable, inefficient mind. Not fit, instrument is not there. You don't have an instrument. So manasa,